I'm super excited to be here with you, the Joe Denham.
Well, thank
Especially
you.
to kick off Black History Month. So
Thank you.
I just have a few questions regarding your time in law enforcement.
All right.
So let's start off. What inspired you to get into law enforcement?
Well, I had some friends, first of all, that were Kentucky State Troopers. We used to play basketball at the old boys club, not the one we have today, the old boys club, and I always liked the way they looked in their uniform, and they took a liking to me and encouraged me to someday become a trooper, and I was fortunate enough that I did.
So how was the hiring process then?
Well, in 1970, when I became a trooper, I didn't know anything about numbers or anything of that nature, and didn't know until I got in the academy that if I graduated, I would become the second black state trooper. And I was fortunate enough where I did.
Yeah, you made a lot of history, and I'm thankful for that. So for me, I never considered law enforcement until I became a cadet. And it was completely left field for me, out of my comfort zone. So what was some of the fears that you had entering this career?
Well, when I became a Bowling Green police officer, working in my community was a concern that I had. Coming in contact with my old buddies or school boards, friends and things of that nature, it has a problem with that. I never had any problem. However, it was out there. It could have been problems. But I was fortunate enough that I had a few policemen on the force that took an interest in me and helped me along the way.
What was your main challenge doing that?
Well, first of all, I was a Bowling Green police officer, and I had the same responsibility as any other, regardless of their rank. I had arrest powers. With what little training we had at that time, I utilized that to help me make the decisions that I had to make.
We kind of talked about it briefly as far as how things have changed with technology. And you see, I carried a lot of stuff on my gun belt. Do you remember what you carried on your gun belt?
I carried a 6-shooter and 12 bullets in a pouch and a pair of handcuffs.
So yeah,
that was it.
Different, yeah.
No bulletproof vest, none of the things that I'm glad you have today and the others.
Absolutely. I couldn't imagine policing without a vest. Though.
Yeah, we didn't have any vests even when I was a Kentucky State Trooper, just a white T-shirt under a uniform.
Oh, really? So that was the uniform, a white T-shirt?
Yeah, yeah, that white T-shirt.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's very different from what we have.
Yeah.
Reflecting back on your time in law enforcement, can you share any of your greatest memories?
Greatest memories. Well, as a Kentucky State Trooper, I can say this. I was treated just like any other state trooper in the state of Kentucky. I never had a problem in any way with other troopers. State police, you're known pretty well by your badge number. I was badge number 461, and I worked in Frankfort, Post 12. I worked Franklin County, right there where the capital is, and I never had a problem.
I love that. So, were you the first one in your family to go into law enforcement?
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
were they supportive of your decision to do that?
Well, no, they were very lenient about me going into law enforcement. As I told you earlier, I was raised by my grandparents and my aunt. And my aunt pretty well saw to their day-to-day activities of me and my brother. She made sure that we had everything we needed. She didn't like the idea at all. She put up with it. I think she was proud of the things that I was involved in.
It's kind of the same with my family. They were afraid of me internet, but they are proud of me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really quick, if you could just provide some encouraging words for people who are in law enforcement or those who are inspiring to be in law enforcement.
Well, first of all, those that are inspired to be in law enforcement, you have got to want to be a police officer. You cannot go into law enforcement because somebody else went in before you. You got to have it in your heart that you want to serve. It's not about having a gun or a taser. It is about serving your community. And along the lines, you may have things that are put in your face that you have to correct one way or the other, regardless of who is on the other end. Police work provides, or can provide, a close association with your community and the people in it. You have to keep in mind that you are there to serve them. You cannot in any way be abusive just because you have a badge and a gun. And if you have that attitude, you don't need to be in uniform, regardless of who it is or what rank. Service to the people is the key to having a successful police department, and you as an individual police officer being successful.
So speaking on that, what do you think makes a good police officer?
Good attitude, the ability to be able to communicate regardless of who you're talking to, whether the person is on your level or an individual who may not be able to understand what you're saying. You have to go to that level at that particular time to make sure that that person understands. Being good at the other things that you have the responsibility to do. Paperwork, knowledge now of computers, you got to have it. Back when I was a police officer, we wrote tickets by hand with a black pencil. Those days are over with. You must be precise in what you do in every way. Do good things today, and I think that it will help you in the long run.
Well, is there anything else you want to share about your time in law enforcement with KSP or with the Bowling Green Police Department?
No, I think we've covered it.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for making time for me, and thank you for making history.
Well, thank you for having me.